All right, so writing off the page is going to help you overcome that like feeling of, oh my gosh, I have this blank piece of paper and I don't know what to write. So when I look at my prompt, I see that there's two major components. I need to identify the theme and I need to analyze its development over the course of the book, but I also need to provide a summary of the book. So when I start writing off the page, your goal is to just get ideas and words on the page, and you're not caring about it being neat, you're not caring about the spelling, the organization, you're not caring about making sure it's like in the order in which you would actually write about it, because that's going to come later. So when I write off the page, I'm going to write off the page for this prompt about theme. I'm going to be writing about the book Unbroken. So the theme of that book is perseverance. All right, and I know that some examples from that book is when Louis is in the POW camp, when he's on the raft after the plane crash, and when he's training to go to the Olympics. All right, but I also know I need to do a summary, so I need to talk about his childhood. He was always in trouble during that time. Then I need to talk about when he becomes a runner, training for the Olympics. Then World War II happens, and because of that, he becomes an airman, and then his plane crashes, which leads him to have to survive on a raft for a while. He becomes a POW, but through it all, he survives. All right, so this is just a big jumble of words and ideas that only really make sense to me, and that's okay. But it takes the pressure off of me having to start filling out a flow chart or a graphic organizer that asks me to start coming up with topic sentences and details. I just kind of wrote down everything I knew I wanted to talk about, and now I can start taking these things and saying, all right, if I was to put this into a graphic organizer, maybe it would make sense for me to start with the summary so my reader understands what happens in the book, and then start talking about the theme after that. And I'm going to take these examples here and put them in chronological order in which they happen in the book, because the way I spouted them onto the paper wasn't in order of the book. So then I would change that around and add more detail in my graphic organizer step, so that when I do go to make my first draft, I have something that I can start writing a clear and organized essay with.